Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I love this.
My name's Jay Milne. #Blue.
Our sports update deliverer, the Coop.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today.
You know what, Reid?
You might be honest.
All right, here's what's going on in the Nest.
Game night for your Edmonton Oilers. They are visiting the Chicago Blackhawks, who are 19-19-7 on the season. The Oilers 22-16-7 after the shootout loss against the LA Kings on Saturday night. The Oilers, led by Connor McDavid, who has 42 points over the course of an 18-game point streak. He'll try to make it 19 tonight on a line with Nugent Hopkins and Hyman. Draisaitl between Podkolzin and Kapanen. Roslovic centering Savoy, and Mangiapane, who is back into the lineup with Ike Howard coming out. Lazar will center Janmark and Frederick. Ekholm with Bouchard on the blue line. Nurse with Emerson. Stastny with Regula. Connor Ingram in goal. In his career against Chicago, 2-3-1. Even 3 goals against average. 9-1-1 goals against average. Spencer Knight going to be the goaltender for Chicago, who, of course, up front are led by the excellent, but not the Olympian, Connor Bedard. That is a 6:30 game tonight, so Jay and I are with you until 5:30. At that point, the beloved Tom Gazzola will take over hosting the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. I'm Reid. He's Jay. Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. Zachary Kubish is at the technical desk. We have a lot to get through, of course. Much hockey talk and football as well after a very entertaining wildcard weekend. Well, 5/6 of the wildcard weekend. There still is a game tonight between Houston and Pittsburgh. Glue Guy, how are you doing?
Much better now that you are here beside me at the desk,
Well, I was never not here.
but much better now that you are here
Now that the show is starting.
in my presence.
It is fun to do the show. We had a friendship activity on Friday night.
Yes.
You drove
I did.
over to Saville Center.
Yes, we
Pandas
found parking.
basketball. We found parking surprisingly close.
Yes,
That was a big concern for both of us.
it should
Because
be.
I think we're the type of people. Now, look, there's no right way or wrong way to be. But I know I'm like this, and I think you're mostly like this. Hey, guys, let's go to a game. So when someone says that to me, I factor in all the things around it.
Yes.
When does the game start?
Yep.
When do I leave? If we can't be there on time, what time are we going to get there? How much of the game might we miss? Where are we going to sit? Are we going to sit together? Is it assigned seating? Is it reserved seating? Where are we going to park?
I'm the same way.
So we were,
Yes.
whereas I know people and bless them.
They just fly by the
It's just
seat
like,
of
hey,
their
we're going to a
pants.
game. Let's go. Like I've known people. Once I was kind enough. It was sort of through a friend of a friend. He somehow got tickets to. Remember the Kids in the Hall?
Yes.
They were. This was probably, I don't know, early 2000s, maybe close to 20. Well, maybe a little bit later. They were doing like a reunion tour of Canada.
Oh.
And my buddy was like, "Hey, my buddy got tickets. We got one. Do you want to come with us?" And I was like, "Yeah." What? Like, when's the show? And he was like, I'm not sure. I'll check with the other guy. And the other guy had the tickets, but didn't really know when the show started. And then was like, yeah, it's 7:30. They won't start till 8. So we showed up about 8:15 at the Jubilee. Walked in halfway through the performance.
Oh, no.
And it was just like, okay, that's not how I would have done it.
Oh, no.
But I was some people can do that. What times let's go out for dinner? Okay. As soon as someone says that to me, okay, what time and where?
Yes.
Some people just say yes and then just figure it out. They might wind up having dinner at 9:30. Doesn't matter. They went out.
You can't do it.
I can't do that.
I need a plan.
Yeah.
And that was stressing me out. Knowing we would have we're showing up late.
Yeah.
Knowing the parking situation at Seville.
Yeah.
Is awful on a good day.
Yeah.
And we just found a cozy little spot right by the LRT. I mean, it worked out perfect.
We lucked out because I took the LRT back downtown after the game.
That was a fun night.
Pretty good. It was a very fun night. So we missed a quarter.
quarter.
Almost a quarter.
Yeah.
The game we went to, the Huskies won by, I want to say, I didn't even look, 5, I believe.
Yeah.
5 or 6. 40-40 after 3 quarters. I don't get to watch as much Canada West basketball as I used to. Obviously, this is the first time I went this year. I thought you could tell both teams were excellent teams. I also thought you could tell the slight separation that has the Huskies at number 1 and the Pandas at number 2.
Very slight, but yes, it is apparent.
They went on a 13-2 run in the fourth quarter. The Pandas sort of made it interesting, got it back down to within 5 at one point, but it was too big a hill to climb. I thought, and then the Huskies won by 2 points on Saturday.
Yes.
An even tighter game. I thought the Huskies were just a little better defensively. It's funny, like we talk a lot about hockey, about the extra pass or moving the goaltender side to side. Basketball has a lot of that, right? One more pass, right? Swing the ball around, make the defense move. And I thought the Pandas were very good at finding that extra pass, finding someone, except that person was never open. You know, like
they played,
right?
Stifling defense. By
Like in basketball, I think a lot of offenses. I'm probably oversimplifying. There's some basketball people who might be rolling their eyes, but if you can make 3 passes and get the ball to someone who's half open, great. Make the 4th pass, and you'll get to somebody who's wide open. Saskatchewan did not give the Pandas that.
And the Saskatchewan's guard play was phenomenal.
Well, that number 5 we thought was the best player on the floor.
They had a couple really strong guards, and it's just the smallest difference. But, hey, they're going to get another shot at them down the road in the playoffs.
Probably in the Canada West final, maybe again a national. So we had a good time. It was cool for me seeing some Pandas players, former Pandas. I used to do play-by-play for their games.
Yeah, that was cool.
Led by Ashley Wigg, who was a great player and now a great cheerleader for the Pandas.
Great heckler of referees.
Great heckler of the referee.
She has a special place in my heart.
The one gentleman especially drew most of her ire.
Yeah, because he was awful. I mean, he was bad. He was inconsistent. I love a good ref chirp. And obviously, in my, given that you and I entered the game with our media passes, it would probably be unfair and unprofessional of me to speak up.
Well, we entered the game using our media passes. We're not sitting in a media section nor commenting live on the game or doing reports after.
True. Well, that was a fun night.
Anyway, we had a good time. Obviously, your family was there. I was there with all my friends.
Yeah, I had a real
I caught up with some U of A people I hadn't seen in a while, too.
I had a real EST weekend. I had Trev over yesterday.
Oh, yeah. How'd that go?
Oh, it's phenomenal.
You watched all the games together?
We watched the 49ers game and the New England game together. We shared chicken wings.
Oh, nice.
We had a couple beers. We had some great conversation. We had a hot tub. We had a hot tub party. Trev and I did.
It was Coop in the hot tub? Your
Cooper
corgi?
was not. He's not allowed in the.
Coop the corgi was not in the hot tub.
I think his little body would overheat, Reid. But Trev and I soaked, baby. We soaked.
He soaked it in.
Yeah, we soaked it in. We soaked all day. It was fantastic.
Sounds like a good day.
It was a great day.
I watched a fair bit of football as well. Oddly enough, I did not see a lot of the Bears-Packers game as it was unfolding, or sort of, but not really, because I was covering the Oilers game and the game against the Los Angeles Kings, which we might touch on, but we'll mainly focus on tonight's game between the Oilers and Chicago. So here's the deal. We're with you until 5:30. Plenty of hockey talk. You're going to hear from Kris Knoblauch. He'll talk about Mangiapane being in the lineup. He'll talk about Kasperi Kapanen, who's been really good. Hopefully he can keep that up. A couple other storylines as well. Tom Gazzola, 5:30, GCLD's Oil Stream pregame show. We're going to go to Buffalo, talk to Sal Capaccio, Bills sideline reporter, WGR 550 AM. Bills win a road playoff game for the first time. Is it 92? It's a long time.
33 years.
Big win against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So a lot of things to touch on. You're welcome to get in touch with us as well. First of all, you can email reid@edmontonsportstalk.com or jay@edmontonsportstalk.com. If you would like to text us, it's 780-218-9999. That is the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant. $18.99 prime rib special, 7 days a week except show nights from 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. That's available for dine-in and takeout. You may have us on iHeartRadio. You may have us on TuneIn Radio. Those are great apps to stream us. You may have us on YouTube, which includes a video element. You can see our great studio. And, of course, if you are on YouTube, you can chat with us and with each other on the Nasty Chat. That is the chat stream we have going on down the right-hand side of the stream. And if you have not done so already, click the thumbs up button on YouTube.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
Clarifying, it was a quick soak. I know Trev went into it in more detail in the morning show, and I don't want to undervalue the story and the friendship and the bonding that Trev and I had. It's just, Reid and I got to get to some Oilers stuff here. We got to get to some football talk.
Yeah,
Trev,
we got a lot to talk about.
Dudley says, did Trev bring his own trunks or did you have a spare pair? Trev brought his own trunks. They were optional in the hot tub. He chose to wear them. I will save my answer for the privacy of me and Trev. And he left his trunks at my house. So I brought them in for him today. But it was a quick soak because the girls were coming home.
Right.
So I was on supper detail. So I had to have some chicken wings ready. So it was a quick soak, but it was the right amount.
All right, good. Sounds good. Sounds like a good weekend. All right. Oh, yeah. How could I forget?
Oh, Chet's here.
Chet's ready to go. It is the afternoon headlines presented by 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Stream them on iHeart today. This is Chet Palmer with your sports report. Old Man Rogers will try to get a win for the pit crew tonight. Should be closer than that Sunday night stinker. The Chargers? More like the Stan Stillers. San Fran lost Big Kittle, but still took down Uncle Sam's Birds. That Jalen Hurts for last year's champs. And what did the Packers choke on? LaFleur should be LaFired. The locals better hold on to their hats. They're in the Windy City. Captain Connie, be careful. Last I checked, this was Al Capone's town. Hey, Jason Milne, is that a Tommy gun in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? I'm Chet Palmer.
Is a Tommy gun a small pistol?
No, I think it's a full-on submachine gun.
Yeah, it's with the drum, like the circular magazine.
Oh, yeah. Like the mobster gun.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like what Capone would have used.
Exactly.
Capone and his friends.
His cronies, yes.
His cronies. What did he call Justin Herbert?
He didn't.
Or what did he say about Justin
he said
Herbert?
the Chargers more like the Stan Stillers.
Yeah. I said that last week.
You can look at the script.
I said that last week.
The script here.
Like the Chargers, I knew the Chargers Patriots game was going to be a dud.
Okay.
Put that in the morning. Give us Duval County at night. Give us Bills Jags at night.
They're not putting the Jaguars at night.
Better than that crap.
They're the most irrelevant franchise in the NFL.
The Jaguars?
Yes.
Not true.
Sure they are.
Cleveland.
Why do they send them over to England every year? People don't go to the games.
They want to shop a hot product.
Okay, that's not why.
Trevor Lawrence is the it boy.
If the NFL could redo it, they would not put a team there.
I don't think the team's the problem.
If they could re-expand.
Fans show up. They show out. Trevor Lawrence there was a path to them winning that game. Buffalo's defense.
Sure, that has nothing to do with why the game was in the morning.
Well, you would think the NFL would want the best product, the latest in the day. Bears Packers Saturday night, right?
Yes.
Why would they put and make their fans watch?
There's way more appeal. Way
stinker.
more appeal to Chargers Patriots.
Zero.
Way
no
more
chance.
appeal. Way more appeal.
No chance.
Larger TV market
this
for
is
Boston.
Not 5 years ago. The
Larger
Jacksonville
TV
Jaguars
market
are relevant.
Nobody cares.
Oh, I disagree.
Well, why do they send them over every year to London? Because they don't even sell out.
Jacksonville?
Yes.
Sure they do. They have
In
a
the
pool.
regular season?
Jacksonville has a pool in the stadium.
I don't think they do. I think there are empty seats during the regular season. Aren't they building a new stadium that's smaller?
I don't know.
I thought I heard that. Anyway, yeah, that didn't surprise me at all.
I just thought it would be a more entertaining game, which turns out it was. I mean, we'll get into it for Fired Up, our thoughts on Wild Card Weekend, but that was a fantastic game. I had no idea the Bills had gone 33 years without a road playoff victory.
Well, they missed the playoffs for a lot after they went to their Super Bowls, right? So that didn't help. All right. Oilers game day. So it's the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. You are trying to win a $25 gift card to Hudson's Canada's Pub. So here's the deal. 3 guesses per person, maximum 3 guesses. Jay keeps an eye on this. Hudson's Canada's Pub featuring $10 tankards and $6 tequila shots, or grab the $23.99 adult Happy Meal featuring the drive-in burger, fries, choice of beer, and a limited edition hockey puck bottle opener. Book your reservation now at hudsonscanadaspub.com. So I'll give a series of clues. You must text. That's the only way we accept guesses. 780-218-9999, the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. The first clue is Giants. The first clue is Giants. I have 4 clues prepared today.
4. Oh, you're confident.
I am quite sure it will be guessed after the 3rd clue,
Okay.
which perhaps is in itself a clue.
I like that.
You're not so sure.
Well, you always go through these with me.
No, you don't have time to think about it, though. You just, we do it in 20 seconds.
Yeah, but I like today's. Today's is a good one.
Yeah, it is.
It's really good.
It is a good one. All right, so the first clue.
Let me just say this:
Giants.
Too. There's over 200 people watching this right now.
Good.
Click the thumbs up. Let's get this 100 out of the way so we could just coast into words
into
of the
gravy
day.
time. Into gravy time.
Clear
Get over
gravy.
100, and then if you keep clicking, we're pouring gravy all over ourselves.
Oh, baby. It's a football today, Reid. When you hit the thumbs up, you get to see
Is it still a little animated football? It was an animated soccer ball one day last week, and then I think it's been a football since. The Jaguars apparently have about a 90 to 91% sell-through rate. I don't know. I've just always thought that franchise wasn't as good as other ones.
Rip City Step says the owner is from London.
Yeah, Mark in the Park said he owns Fulham FC.
Stonzy says, I agree with Jason. Would have way rathered the Bills game at night. Definitely the marquee game. NFL dropped the ball.
Okay, guys, I hate to break it to you. Any game involving the Jacksonville Jaguars is not a marquee game. I hate to break it to you. Trevor Lawrence, great. That's fine. It turned out to be a great game. A Los Angeles team against a Boston team. I wonder why that went on Sunday night. I wonder why.
I almost guarantee that the TV ratings for Jacksonville Buffalo for the entire game would be better than they were last night for Chargers Patriots.
Well, maybe because more people would have watched till the end of the game.
Because it's entertaining. Because it wasn't a dud. Like we all knew Patriots Chargers was going to be. Justin Herbert, by the way, let me just say this. I don't know who came out and said and blessed him as the next best thing in quarterback.
Well, it wasn't me. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, true. He looked awful.
Yes.
Now, I don't know. I sincerely hope that offensive line was injured. And I mean that.
Well, I thought they said during the game they were short a couple
in the nicest way possible because they were terrible. They were horrible.
Very much.
Yes. Oof.
Anyway, great for Jacksonville to be good. Are they historically an interesting television draw? They are not.
100% not. But times change. Teams change. That team is building. That team has been building for a few years. Trevor Lawrence is legit. They have some pieces around him, but I think they still are missing that number one big target receiver or a big target tight end.
So are they playing New England guaranteed?
Buffalo?
No, Jacksonville's out. Buffalo's playing.
It's Pittsburgh. Whoever wins tonight is going to New England.
Oh yeah, Buffalo's going to.
So next week it'll be Texans, Patriots.
And it's Buff Den is locked in.
Buff Den is locked in.
Right.
Times are yet to be determined. From what I understand.
think I would guess. I was saying this on the Hangout today. I would think that if the Steelers win, they'll put Steelers Patriots as the later game on Sunday, and then they'll put Seahawks 49ers as the later game on Saturday. I think if Houston wins, then the later game on Sunday will be Bears Rams. And then the Seahawks game will be the earlier game on Saturday, and Denver will be the evening game. I would guess that's why they didn't announce the times yet.
Right.
But anyway, 780-218-9999, River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. The off-topic topic is always a fun one for us. It's presented by William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best can be, is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout, 780-454-4536. You may have seen some footage over the weekend or seen it discussed. I believe it came up on Hockey Night in Canada. Now, I was at the Oilers game, and if it was on during the first game, I would have still been watching football. An AHL game in Hershey, little kids on the ice during an intermission, and there's a brawl. Now, there's some reports that it was staged. Tell that to the kid who the goalie ran at from the far end of the ice and knocked him over. But it really went on for a while. Two kids even on the same team appeared to be throwing punches at each other. So it's being investigated. I'm sure even if it was staged, some coach or administrator is going to get in trouble for this. As they should. As they probably should. So the off-topic topic is, where is the strangest place you've ever seen a fight? Place or circumstance, or circumstance. The strangest place you have ever seen a fight.
I mean, I almost witnessed a fight at our Drawson Junior Senior High on Saturday.
Oh, really?
Parents. My oldest daughter, Grace, and her team, the Bisons, made the final of the Ardrossan tournament.
Right.
They took on the Holy Rosary Raiders, Reid.
Oh, from Lloydminster.
That of Lloydminster. And let's just say that the parents of the Holy Rosary team were a little animated. A little, maybe they were dreading their drive home. I don't know. But they were sure beaking the refs, beaking the scorekeepers. Now, it's one thing if you want to chirp the refs, okay. But the scorekeepers are students, for goodness sake.
Well, weren't they the same age as the players?
Yeah, lay off.
Sorry, they might not be as quick. Yeah, they might not understand every stat in basketball and update it in real time.
I was wondering because parents were talking.
Right.
Animated, very animated. So much so that the athletic director had to be present just so things didn't boil over. But that could have been an amazing place to have a fight.
You could have video, or you would have participated probably.
Oh, gosh, no. I have to sit in the corner and just mind myself. I just need to look out for Jay.
So there were parents yelling at two, 12, 13-year-olds?
Yes.
Who were at the scorer's table?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, they probably need to calm down.
Very much
I would guess that those two students were not professional scorekeepers. Now, I don't know. There was a chance they may have never operated that machine before.
Highly likely.
Right.
Yes.
So if they were a couple minutes behind on a foul or something, stuff happens.
Zach Wildest in the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. You could send yours in, 780-218-9999. He says, the bathroom stall at the Purple Onion. Oh, good old bathroom fight.
But within a stall, though, not in the open area of the bath. Not like the Mission Impossible fight. This was just limited to a bathroom stall.
That would be a tight quarters for a fight. And you got the
he must have been involved in it if he had that good, or maybe he was peeking over.
Oh yeah, he was looking over the
Hey, what's going on over there? But because all he could hear was, it's like, hey, you okay, buddy? Oh, it's a fight.
Strangest place you've ever seen a fight. Big Slam Nasty in the chat. Coliseum LRT station after every Oiler game.
Oh my.
He says something that's so true. He says the glue of that place was the plastic drum guy, but there wasn't much he could do.
Yeah.
Do you remember plastic drum guy?
I do, yes.
He was awesome.
I remember how many in how many of those situations too, it was two Oilers fans fighting.
Oh yeah. No, it wouldn't be the Islanders fan that showed up. It was infighting, Reid.
Yeah, it'd be the infighting. It's like, I like Nurse. I hate him. Well, we have to fight. All right, 780-218-9999. Off-topic topic. Where is the strangest place you've ever seen a fight? Give us some of the circumstances as well. And, of course, the first clue in the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game is Giants. We got the Oil Understood for GCL Diesel coming up. You're going to hear from head coach Kris Knoblauch. But first, to the technical desk, it's Zachary Kubish.
signed 24-year-old Quinn Hudson to a 2-year contract extension worth $875,000 per season. And on the road tonight, the Oilers and Blackhawks face off. Ike Howard gets a scratch in favor of Andrew Mangiapane. Connor Ingram gets a start. Tune into the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show at 5:30. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson preview the matchup right here on EST. And in Columbus, head coach Dean Evison has been fired, with assistant coach Steve McCarthy being relieved of his duties as well. 70-year-old Rick Bowness takes over as the team's bench boss in response, having most recently coached for the Jets during the 2023-24 season. And on the field, Pittsburgh and Houston go at it to end the NFL wildcard round. Kickoff at 6:15 to the CFL. The Ticats have hired Bob Dice as their special teams coordinator and assistant head coach. NBA action, Toronto and Philadelphia hit the deck at 5:30. Brandon Ingram questionable with a thumb injury. Scotty Barnes available for Toronto to wrap up their back-to-back. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated since 1993. They're more than just plywood. They offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. Windsor Plywood Leduc, they're the experts you need to know. More with Reid and Jay following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
2 guys and a goalie.
Hired or fired, Macklin Celebrini should be the Hart Trophy favorite. So, Cass, I mean, he's in the mix.
Hire it. He should be. Like,
he doesn't have Draisaitl. He
us?
doesn't have Makar. It's just him.
Who among us had the San Jose Sharks anywhere near a playoff position this year?
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
We have what you're looking for. GD Liquidators is Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items since 1987. You'll find what you want when you want it. Give us a call, visit us in-store, or check out the monthly auctions at gdliquidators.com. 100% Canadian owned and operated. We have what you are looking for. GD Liquidators.
UFC 324 is live Saturday, January 24th at the Canadian Brewhouse. With TVs at every turn, ice-cold drinks, and non-stop action, you won't miss a second of the fight. UFC 324, live at the Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Sentinel Storage presents Team Canada Ice Dancers, Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier on Support from Home.
We're celebrating all the people at home, the people that have supported us. We know our community is going to be cheering for us, and we know the country is going to be cheering for us.
Thank you, Canada. Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Team Canada.
Welcome back to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you are watching on YouTube, hammer that thumbs up. We're looking pretty healthy, but we could be healthier. We're at, we don't need 40 more, and we're at 100, Reid. We're right there. The off-topic topic for William Huff. Strangest place you've ever seen a fight. This one came in over the break, and it had me laughing out loud because I'm going to read this, and you could actually visualize this in your head happening at a wedding. This was sent in from Dudley. A wedding buffet line. 2 uncles squared off over the last prime rib slice. while the DJ calmly announced, "Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the chicken option." Can you imagine?
Like they actually got into a fight over it?
Are
they brothers or
two uncles? So,
well, they could have been brothers then.
Yeah.
If they were both uncles to one of the people getting married, or they could have been uncles on opposite sides of or like they could have not been brothers, but they could have been.
They must have been getting into the libations a little early.
Yeah.
Because swearing off over a piece of prime rib at your niece's and or nephew's wedding is a tough look. It's a tough look. Casino dealer Jay, because there was a casino in Grand Prairie, two old ladies ran in when the casino opened and they raced side by side to get a slot machine. One old lady shoved the other one into tables and chairs and then fisticuffs.
My goodness, that must have been one lucky machine.
I could just imagine. I wonder, they couldn't have been running that fast.
Well,
I wonder if it was a spirited walk.
Quick enough that one needed to shove the other. One of them was going too fast for the other, apparently. Wow, this is good.
Max Bezzosi makes a great point. It's just because it's award season, I don't know if there's a weirder fight than I've personally seen than Will Smith slapping Chris Rock on the stage where his ensuing crowning moment was happening. That was crazy.
Yeah, well, I don't know if Chris Rock was fighting anybody.
No, Chris Rock did the right thing. I mean, what do you? I mean,
that's still one of the weirdest things I've ever seen.
Still one of the weirdest things.
Yeah.
And Will Smith since. I don't know.
They banned him from the Oscars.
Do you think Will Smith will ever recover from that?
Well, hasn't he been in a movie since then?
I don't know. I've seen like videos of him trying to get his music career going again.
Oh, really?
And it's not going well.
Okay. I did not watch the Golden Globes. How do you say her acting? Nikki, is it Glazer or Glasser? Glazer. I think.
Glazer.
Nikki Glazer. She's quite funny. Her Tom Brody roast was very good. Her stand-up, that kind of.
I didn't watch any of it.
Yeah, I've seen it on YouTube.
Okay.
And I started watching the monologue when you and I were working today, but I thought it's probably bugging Jay. But I saw a transcript of some of her stuff, and she said something like, "Leonardo DiCaprio, congratulations. You've achieved so much before your girlfriend has turned 30.
Yeah, I wouldn't in a million years watch one of those shows.
I watch the Oscars every year.
Yeah.
But I was, well, you saw me today doing it. I'm on the website looking at all the winners because I want ideas for shows and movies to watch. One battle after another won an award, several awards. You saw that. I saw that.
That was the Leo one with Sean Penn.
That's a good show. Yeah, it was a really good. I really enjoyed that. I think you would like that too. I think it's your style of film. I know you don't watch a lot of stuff, and I know you think I'm a weirdo for what I
do not think you're weirdo.
It's fine. It's fine.
Don't put judgment words.
I'll just put my little dunce cap on and go sit in the corner.
Don't put judgmental words in my mouth, Riedrich. It's just not for me, and neither is Hollywood.
But movies are for you.
No, I don't. Not really.
You don't like movies? You don't like TVs?
I've watched.
You don't like a television show?
Nope. Sports, baby.
Well, I also like sports.
Yes. And kids movies, kids shows. That's what dominates our television.
That Bosch book is good.
Yeah. How far are you into it?
Halfway.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said something funny.
Okay, so I'm reading the first book in the Bosch series. And I knew there were several books. I did not realize there have been many books. I think there are 24 or 25 books. And the book I am reading came out in 1992. I thought it was like early 2000s. Because it is quite interesting how often he stops to use a payphone or checks his pager.
I would love to use a payphone.
We should go somewhere and use a payphone. There has to be some payphone somewhere. West Edmonton Mall, an airport. There must be a payphone somewhere.
I don't know.
U of A somewhere.
Like, do you remember when there were payphones? Like,
there'd just be
right
banks of payphones.
There's one out there.
Or sometimes you'd be like, God, I need a phone. I need to use a payphone. Because if you went to a movie, right, and you're cabbing home after the movie, or you're out late for dinner with people, or you've gone out, how are you getting home? You're calling on a payphone. Hey, I need a cab to the Purple Onion.
Power Hour's about to start. What was Power Hour again? Was it 25-cent highballs?
I can't remember. I don't think I didn't frequent that. But yeah, Bosch, the Bosch book is good. And there's a Bosch series as well, a TV series. I don't know how many seasons it lasted, but I'm enjoying the Bosch book. And I saw this show Adolescence won some awards last night. If someone's seen Adolescence, tell me about it.
Mex says, as a girl dad, I think Jay would like one battle after another. But on the flip side, Dave in Section T texts in, one battle after another is way too political for Jay, methinks. Is it political?
I didn't think so. I mean, it's... DiCaprio's character is associated with a group of revolutionaries who have a stance about, I guess, authority. But I didn't view that as having the politics of the characters shoved down my throats.
Right.
Plus, I generally don't react to films or movies that way. I can kind of be like, okay, these are characters.
It's a movie.
This is a writer or an author who has maybe a view or is trying to tell a story through a certain lens, but I don't really get... and I'm not saying that texture is, but I don't really get upset about it. You know? Like, so I don't know if I don't think you would find it that way. I think you would just think it's kind of an interesting story about characters who believe certain things. But I mean, isn't that the core of most art? Here's a character or a person who wants something or wants to achieve something that may be political, maybe about love, maybe about violent, whatever.
Oddly enough, if it was political, I might like it more because it's a drama, right?
It's kind of a dark comedy, but yeah. I'm just sick of, you know who I found too political was those damn rebels in the Star Wars universe. The worst. Quit trying to overthrow the government.
Do you think if you gave Ben a quarter and found a payphone, he'd know what to do?
That's something we could work on.
Plumber Topher says, we saw a payphone in rural Nova Scotia, and my 5-year-old was oh so very confused.
Well, it
would be.
Especially if it dialed. All right, it is time for the Oil Understood for GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around. From turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors, they are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel. Understood. All right, so I gave you the Oilers lines earlier. Mangiapane is in for Howard. Head coach Kris Knoblauch.
Just feeling more comfortable with his game. I think there have been some mistakes, but mostly it's just puck play, not feeling confident in making plays. He's a player that's obviously should be able to make plays. He's an NHL veteran who's put up a lot of offense. I think he's in a good spot right now. He's had a great attitude. He's practiced really hard. Couldn't ask anything more from him. So, inserting him back in the lineup, I think will help us.
Knoblauch talks a lot about confidence, references it there with Mangiapane, who this could be his last game as an Oiler.
Well, hey.
Could it not be?
I was saying this to you earlier. Oilers fans should really want Mangiapane to come out and put on a show tonight.
Drive up that trade stock just a
Speaking
little
of payphone,
bit higher.
Get those phones ringing, baby. Kris, Knoblauch says he's feeling more comfortable with his play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or wants him to feel more comfortable, yeah.
Maybe, and that he's in a great spot. Okay. I don't know if that's a great spot to be in. But once again, what are you going to say? What else are you going to say? Right? Yeah. Why now? Why today, Reid? Why today?
Well, there's a theory.
Is it to market him?
I thought you wanted to save this for later. We could still do it later. What did Gager say? It's the dad's trip. So nobody is scratched for both games. Everybody gets to play one game in front of their dad.
That's incredible. If that's true, that's incredible. This is the NHL. If you're not playing well, and this lineup has been performing quite well the way it was, and now you move Ike Howard out for a player who has not been doing much of anything or playing the way that Oilers fans would have liked to see Mangiapane play for a dad's trip, I'm sorry. That I get it, but it's kind of funny in a way. But if that's the case,
I can't argue with Gager's theory.
I can't either.
Usually, I've covered these games before, And usually they try to give every player a game because the dad is there.
Well, and what if there's a team that's maybe close to pulling the trigger on acquiring Mangiapane?
Yeah, we don't know.
Well, we got to see him skate. We haven't seen him skate in a week.
Yeah, they should probably know what he is.
They probably should.
There's probably some tape on him. Here's Knoblauch with a little bit on the dad's trip.
It's a fun experience. Obviously, I think all the dads are having a good time, but I also know that the players and staff appreciate the organization allowing the fathers to be part of this, and just creates a little excitement. The season is a grind. It's a long season, and you look for little things that you can get excited about and enjoy, and this is definitely a time that everyone can enjoy.
All right. It would be, I think, especially for maybe the younger players who are doing this for the first time. Like I saw Matt Savoy's dad from St. Albert, obviously. I would imagine it would always be cool to see your son play in the NHL,
Sure.
but probably that first time, like, holy crap, I'm on a dad's trip. I mean, you're a dad. I'm not. I can't imagine that. But, I mean, can you put yourself in their shoes? Like,
it would be amazing.
Like 20 years ago or whatever, or 15 years ago, I was driving this young man to the rink and wiping his nose in between periods and doing up his skates for him.
Yes.
And now I get to be his guest as he's in the National Hockey League. That would be pretty cool.
Oh, the gesture of the dad's trip is amazing. And the mom's trip that happens as well.
And the Oilers have done sibling trips. Like, they have different spins on them over the years. But
and kudos. Do you think every organization would do that?
I think in the NHL now it's become standard.
It's become a norm.
Yeah.
It should.
I think it was, I want to say maybe 7 or 8 years ago, it kind of started happening more often.
Like, your parents have given up a lot for you to be where you are.
Right.
So for the organization to allow them to go behind the curtain a bit with the team and their children is phenomenal. That is a cool, that might be one of the greatest sports traditions right there.
That is a new one that sort of popped up. Yeah.
Right? And I'm all for it. I just think that if this is the genesis of why Mangiapane is in the lineup, I'm sorry, Mr. Mangiapane Sr., but it's I hope there's other ulterior motives to this, Reid. That's what I'll say.
The Chicago Blackhawks, decent club. They have pretty good special teams. They are 7th in the NHL on the power play at 23.3%. The Oilers, of course, still first, 33.9%. Chicago has a really good penalty kill, 85%. That's 4th in the NHL. The Oilers continues to be middling, 79.5%. That's 17th. Kris Knoblauch with some thoughts on Chicago.
Well, I think a lot of it is their speed and skill up front. They've got a lot of speedy forwards who are dangerous and put the puck in the net. And then their defense is tall, lanky. They create take up a lot of space. So, and then obviously goaltending. Spencer Knight's been fabulous this year for them. And, anytime you have good goaltending, it definitely helps you. So I know they have had their ups and downs with a lot of young teams. That'll happen. But also when you're missing your star player for a stretch, that will happen too. So, I think overall it's a good team, and last time we played them, we had a good game, so we'll anticipate the same tonight.
Was that not during Game 7 of the World Series? Was that game? Because I feel as if I have trouble remembering the first time the Oilers played Chicago this season. And I think it might have been because I had one eye or an eye and a half on the baseball game.
Probably. Yes, everybody in the building was distracted that night.
Yes,
even the players
some of the players.
Yeah.
Including some of the players. So anyway, 6:30 game, and it is 5:30 for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show hosted by our good buddy Tom Gazzola. Jay and I are coming to you from the Canadian Brewhouse studio. During every Oilers game day, the Canadian Brewhouse is your hockey headquarters. Enter to win Oilers home game tickets and sip $1 off tankards of Molson Canadian and Coors Light only at the Brewhouse. All right, Jay's play of the day is coming up. We got more on the Oilers and the Hawks. Plenty of football discussion as well after that incredible weekend in the NFL. Here's the Coop.
Ahead Ahead of tonight's duel with the Blackhawks, the Oilers have inked Quinn Hudson to a 2-year extension worth $875,000 annually. And for the game, Ike Howard steps out. Andrew Mangiapane returning as Connor Ingram gets a start in between the pipes. Join Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson as they set the table for the matchup during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. That gets going at 5:30 only on EST. And the Blue Jackets have made a coaching change. Head coach Dean Evison has been replaced by veteran Rick Bowness, and assistant coach Steve McCarthy has also been let go. Elsewhere, the NFL wildcard round wraps up. The 10-7 Steelers challenge the 12-5 Texans at 6:15 to the CFL. The Ticats have hired former Red Blacks head coach Bob Dice to become their special teams coordinator and assistant head coach. Half a dozen contests in the association. It's the Raptors and 76ers throwing down. Toronto's on the back end of a back-to-back with Scotty Barnes in tonight, and Brandon Ingram is questionable for the Raps with a thumb injury. That's kept him out since last Wednesday. Tip-off goes at 5:30. This sports update is brought to you by Advantage Sports Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you've got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at AdvantageSportMed.ca to book an appointment today. Reid Wilkins Show continues following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
The oil stream.
What does Mangiapane need to do? Do something where we're talking about you. You can't have the type of game where Tommy's hopping on GCL Diesel postgame show. You're not even mentioning Mangiapane.
Yeah.
It's like he wasn't even there.
Be a spark.
Do something. Start a scrum around the net. I mean, do something.
Create some offensive opportunities.
To make yourself noticeable in some way.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed for small businesses, because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Join over 5,000 Alberta businesses who have chosen us to help their business grow and succeed. Alberta Blue Cross takes care of you and your employees, so you can take care of your business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation. With options for every style and budget, open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
All right, Oilers in Chicago, a little two-game jaunt here. I'm not going to call it a road trip. We're going to call it a jaunt.
I like jaunt.
Got the Predators tomorrow. That's a 6 o'clock game, so we'll be done at 5 as Tom will take over at 5. 5:30 today for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Then what do we got? Islanders. See if I can remember the schedule. Islanders at Rogers Place Thursday, in Vancouver Saturday, and then the 8-game homestand starts with the Blues on Sunday.
Yes.
No, I don't think I know the whole homestand. Is it Blues Devils? Then is it Penguins Caps, or is that the following week? Okay. So I got the first 4.
Blues, Devils, Penguins, Caps.
The last game is the Leafs. Who else is in there? SGS? Which game are they?
Third last.
So the 6th game. So I need the 5th and the 7th game. Oh, who else is coming on that? Anaheim?
One more, Reid.
Who else is coming? Tampa Bay? No. Who am I missing?
Minnesota.
Oh, the Wield.
The greatest goaltender to ever play hockey.
If he plays.
Yeah, if he plays.
Before we get to Jay's play of the day, let's do the second clue in Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. All right? Now, again, to win the $25 gift card to Hudson's Canada's Pub, you must text in the correct guess to the River Cree Resort and Casino hotline, 780-218-9999. We have not had a winner yet, obviously. Have we had any guesses?
Several
guesses, just based on Giants. Oh, my goodness. Thousands, okay? Incredible stuff. The second clue is wild card. So the first clue is Giants, and the second clue is wild card. Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
Reid, we got a limerick that came in.
Oh, my goodness. Let's do it.
From the poet laureate of Edmonton Sports Talk, William Mikespear.
Oh, he's back.
Hey, guys, a limerick for you. The Packers had a big choke. Reid thinks the Jags are a joke. We would like to see Oilers to win 3. Jay and Trev had a nude soak.
Jeez.
That is good.
That was pretty good.
William Mikespear, you should email that to jay@edmontonsportstalk.com so I can put it in the Limerick of the Year folder.
Yeah, we do have... Are we confirmed it's going to be a category?
We're making it a category. Yes. I think I ran it by Maddie, and he says, if you keep track of it, sure.
Right.
You and I should present that.
Well, obviously.
Right?
Yeah. Well, one of us anyway.
Or 3 of us.
No, we did not present together this year. We presented separately. The first year we presented together because I was new. Nobody knew who I was. So they had to have me up there with you.
Yeah. Telling you, Reid, I think this is the year. This is the year of the ST for Jay. I think.
You think this is it?
I think I'm hunting one.
Have you won? You've won one.
No, I haven't.
Really?
I don't want to win one. I want to be here for like 10 years.
You want to be like, what was it, Susan Lucci that never won a Daytime Emmy Award?
Right, yeah. Bring me that. I'm going to actively promote to not vote for me when those go out.
Well, were you nominated for anything this past year?
Oh, yeah. Coolest guy at EST. Best hair at EST.
Right.
You know, the huge.
Are you like weirded out that the Oilers haven't won 3 in a row?
I couldn't care less, Reid. We talked about this. If they win 2 of every 3 games for the rest of the year, that's pretty damn good.
That's pretty good pace.
No, I'm not a streaky guy, believer in streaks. Now, the only thing is, if they can't win 3 in a row, then they can't win 10 in a row and bust things wide open, right?
True.
So that would be a good kicking off point for them to do bigger and maybe put 5-6 wins together in a row, especially with this homestand coming up.
Yeah.
But I think it will happen.
You know what, Jay? Some of these things I looked up and then I didn't write it down. The longest it's taken them to win 3 games in a row is 55 games. And that was in 91. I thought there was another year, 91-92. They did not win 3 games in a row until they won games 53, 54, 55. They then made it a 6-game winning streak. So that's in play here. Because what's the game number tonight? It's game number 46. So the quickest they could do it this year is 48 games.
NHL game number 722.
Yeah, you like that. You didn't realize that till you started getting the game notes that they number every game.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they got to do it. Okay, it's time for Jay's play of the day.
It's Jay. It's play. He's Jay. It's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
And this, of course, is presented by Play Alberta, your home for online gaming excitement featuring casino games, live dealer action, lottery, instance, and sports betting. Now with the new Play Alberta app, you can take the fun with you anywhere. Download the app or sign up today at playalberta.ca.
Well, we just missed on a couple big plays over the weekend. We did hit the hangout bet. That was Indiana. I bumped the line to -6.5. They covered that by a mile. So that was a good one. Put one up yesterday for the wild card. We lost by half a point. Plus 540. And we lost by half a point. But you got to get off the mat and get going again, Reid. So head on over to playalberta.ca. Click on sports. Click on EST specials. You will see Jay's play of the day I am taking Houston to win. Houston to do the unthinkable. Well, according to everybody, the Steelers are 23-0 on Monday Night Football at home. Well, I got news for you. This isn't Monday Night Football. Okay?
Well, it's a game on it.
It happens to be a game on a Monday night, but this is not Monday Night Football. This is Wild Card Weekend. They just happen to be playing on Monday. But I don't care. 23-0. Throw that out the window, Reid. Houston Texans are too strong, too fast defensively, going up against old AA Ron Rodgers.
Old man Rodgers.
I think they're going to give him fits, and I think they are going to sack him several times. So I'm taking Houston to win, money line, and over 38 points. I think this game has the making of some points. I was looking at the weather. It's not supposed to be wet or snowy. It's going to be a little cold.
Right.
But I think C.J. Stroud and the Texans can get it done. You are welcome. Well, take it for what it's worth, Norman, at Combine. Maybe you're completely annoyed that I'm riding with your Houston Texans on this one. But I like it. It's been boosted to plus 270, so that's a good number. So head on over, playalberta.ca, click on sports, click on ESC specials, and you'll see Jay's play of the day, Houston Texans to win on the money line, and 38 or more total points, boosted to plus 270. And always remember to use your game sense.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
All right, and that is presented by Play Alberta. So the Steelers have not lost a Monday night home game
since 1991.
No, they don't play one every year, obviously.
Clearly.
But that's the thing. You make a good point. That the streak is not technically on the line tonight.
No.
Now, I guess maybe in football you talk about it differently because they don't play as many games, right? So, but if they lose tonight, you can still show up next season, and if they get a Monday nighter, you can still say they have a streak.
Yes,
right.
And they're going to want to. They're going to want to say, no, that one that we lost to Houston in Wild Card Weekend didn't actually count.
Right.
So the streak will remain intact. What do you think? What's your read tonight, Reid?
Well, okay. Well, how are we doing in our head-to-head picks? No, I'm not doing well.
Head-to-head, I left the sheet in the boardroom, but I went 4 for 5.
I did not.
So
didn't I only go 2 for 5?
Well,
okay, we both took the Rams.
Both
took the Rams. They won.
I took the Bills. Or no, I took the Packers. You took the Bears.
Okay, so that's 2 for me.
Yeah. I took the Bills. You took the Jags.
Okay.
I took the Niners. You took the Eagles.
Yes.
And we both took the Patriots.
So I have 3.
Yes. But we disagree tonight. You're on the Steelers.
So we'll either be tied or you'll be up 2.
That's right.
Okay. So not great, but not horrible.
Yeah, I just think that the Steelers, what the Texans defensively are going to eat up the Steelers.
Yeah, I'm just worried about, I don't know, the whole, I almost hate to say this, like the Aaron Rodgers mystique. Like he's still a very good player.
He is very good, no question, but his mobility is gone. It's not there.
His mobility is gone. He's like he's in a little shopping cart being pushed around, played quarterback.
Probably would be better. Yeah. Tomlin in the playoffs doesn't scare me. I'm not worried about it. I think actually the Texans can handily win this game.
I wouldn't mind to see that. What did the score did I say? Didn't I say 12-10?
You said 12-10.
Well, I might as well do something outrageous.
Yeah.
If I would have said 16-3 Patriots, you would have laughed at me.
Correct.
So you never know.
I said 13-7, which totally goes against my over. But 38, if it's under 40, I'm taking the over. I don't care who.
You know what? Probably my best prediction from Friday was that the Panthers were going to take the Rams down to the wire.
That's right. You did say that. Now, I think that game got out of control when the Rams decided to go for it on that fourth down. And I text you right away. I said, what the hell are they doing?
Oh, yeah.
Take 3 points. They would have been up. What did that put them up? 13?
Oh, I can't remember now.
Or even more. 17 maybe.
The fourth down gambling is
it's getting out of control.
Really something.
Like, no, you're not Detroit Lions and Dan Campbell, everybody. Settle down. Kick the ball away.
Well, I didn't get to see much of the Bears-Packers, but did somebody say they went for 4th and 4 from their own 32 or something like that when the game was scoreless or it was 3-0?
Yes.
Like, why? Like, what do we talk about with hockey? Risk reward. I get it. Keeping the football is the most important thing. But momentum is also a thing.
Absolutely.
Don't give the other team a chance to get a lead or feel good about themselves early.
Well, don't give the other team a chance to get rolling.
Right.
Like the Packers did. The Packers were up 21-9 with 10 minutes left, Reid. 21-9. Jordan Love let the Packers down massively.
Yes.
He did not perform well in the second half. They were playing preventative, which, as you all know, prevents you from one thing, and that's winning.
Right.
Good on Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is the guy. I'm not ready to crown him as the best guy or the greatest guy, but he's the real deal.
Yeah.
That guy has moxie. He does not go away. But they were up 21-9 with 10 minutes left. That game should be iced. That game should be over. But somehow the Packers let them back in.
It's amazing the Bears scored that many points.
It is.
And
yes.
I didn't get to see a lot of that game, but I saw some during the first intermission. It just seemed like every pass was going for 30 yards. I know it wasn't that simple, but there were some big plays.
It's the largest ever comeback win by the Bears versus the Packers. Largest ever.
Oh, really?
At 18 points. Yes.
Well, they're going to have a feather in their... They're going to have cheese in their cap. They're going to have...
But, I mean, look at this. It was 21-3. Then it was 21-9 with 10 minutes left in the fourth. 21-16 with 6:30 left in the fourth.
Right.
27-16 with 4:20 left in the fourth.
Right.
Then it was 27-24. Then it was 27-31. Brandon McManus should be fired. They should run his ass out of Green Bay. Don't come back, Brandon.
McManus?
Yes.
Or LaFleur?
The kicker.
Oh, the kicker. Sorry.
Frickin' kickers, Reid.
Well, they're trying as hard as they can.
Well, try harder. God.
All right, 780-218-9999 is the River Cree Resort Casino inbox. More on the Oilers and the Blackhawks. More on the National Football League as we move along. We're with you until 5:30. Then Tom takes over. Here's the 4 o'clock break.
The Lock Shop.
You lose 11 in a row with the expectations that team had coming into this year. And I mean, in a lot of cities, the fans would have turned on them. And Friday was one of the most fun party-like atmospheres. Like, I don't know whether people are just sort of like, okay, whatever, we're screwed. Let's have some fun on a Friday night. But it was an absolute blast there.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Where holiday cheer meets great beer. This season, celebrate at the Canadian Brewhouse. From plated dinners and festive buffets to casual pub-style parties, we've got the perfect space for your crew. Book your holiday party today at thecanadianbrewhouse.com.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
The Oilers have inked 24-year-old Quinn Hudson to a 2-year contract extension worth $875,000 per season. And on the road tonight, the Oilers and Blackhawks face off. Ike Howard gets a scratch in favor of Andrew Mangiapane. Connor Ingram gets a start. Tune into the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show at 5:30. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson preview the matchup right here on AST. And from Columbus, head coach Dean Evison has been fired by the Blue Jackets, with assistant coach Steve McCarthy being relieved of his duties as well. And out in Pittsburgh, the Texans and Steelers close out the NFL wildcard round. Kickoff at 6:15. And for the Bills, Gabe Davis is done for the rest of the year. He went down with a torn ACL last night against the Jaguars. To the CFL, the Ticats have hired Bob Dice as their special teams coordinator and assistant head coach. Over to the NBA, it's Toronto and Philadelphia tipping off at 5:30. Brandon Ingram questionable for the Raps with a thumb injury, as Scotty Barnes is available to wrap up their back-to-back. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your Sports Update. Hour 2 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
Must you click? Click. Must you click?
There is the Thumb Click remix as put together by Zachary Kubish, reminding people that if you have not done so already, give us a thumbs up on our YouTube stream, the channel Edmonton Sports Talk. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click that thumbs up. If you have clicked the thumbs up, then click the share button and send the show link off to somebody else and say, hey, check out these dudes. Check out Edmonton Sports Talk. This show, we're having a lot of fun. We keep you updated on whatever you need to know. We have cool stuff like the words of the day for EPL that we're going to do at the end of the show. And we got the Coob. Like, who has words of the day and the Coop?
Nobody.
This show. That's it.
Yeah.
This show.
Yeah. This show. Us.
Email Reid at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, Jay at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, and text us 780-218-9999. The afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino. Happy hour featuring $5.25 drinks, available Sunday to Thursday, 9 a.m. until 7 p.m. Kasperi Kapanen has been looking pretty good for the Oilers since he came back from injury. Here's Knoblauch.
Yeah, it's quite a stretch that we were missing him. But the way we saw him skating and practicing, you knew he was ready to go physically. But to find your game, the timing, the puck play, I thought that would take a little bit more time. But, obviously there's some chemistry. Those three have played together. They're familiar with each other. And then, that line's been producing, pretty much right from the start together. So, hopefully they can continue doing that because they're definitely helping us.
They've been good. I mean, Coles has looked good. Kapanen's made plays. Obviously, Draisaitl is outstanding. I know he was in sort of a slump, but that's been a pretty good line. The third line tonight will be Mangiapane, Roslovic, and Savoy. Howard comes out, if you missed that earlier. Ingram will be the goaltender against Chicago in his career. 2-3-1, 3.00 goals against average, 911 save percentage. This season as an Oiler, Ingram 3-2-1, 2.98 goals against average, 892 save percentage. I know you were watching football too. What did you think of Ingram's game against the Kings? Or like Ingram overall? What's your take?
Consistent. Like, the stinkers aren't there. That was a major issue with the previous regime with Stuart Skinner.
Right.
The stinkers. And it just seems like Ingram doesn't allow those to happen. I don't know. The way Gage described Ingram's play as soft, but in a very respectful way.
Not in a weak way.
No. But he absorbs pucks. It just seems like it's not as many wild rebounds. And I don't know, maybe Boston, I guess he let in a couple weaker
I mean, if you want to
goals.
nitpick, I mean, he did drop the shot that led to the Perry goal.
Yeah.
But then there wasn't another one right after that either, which, he gave the Oilers a chance. Hockeyreference.com or hockey-reference.com. Well, that's where I get it. I'm sure other websites track it. They track quality starts. So a quality start is a start where you have a save percentage higher than the average save percentage for the year, or a save percentage of at least .885 on a night in which you face 20 or fewer shots. He's been credited with a quality start in 5 out of his 6 appearances.
That's good. That's good. I like the way that Connor Ingram's been playing, Reid. Like I said, it seems like the goalie position is quieter now. Right? It's not a major talking point every game.
Right.
Now, is the defense playing better in front of him? I think so.
Probably better than they played the first 20 games of the year, for sure.
But, I mean, you look at that second line that we started talking about, right? With Kapanen, Podkolzin, Draisaitl. I mean, Kapanen's got 5 points since he's returned.
Yeah, he's been quite good.
Podkolzin in those same 3 games, 3 points. I mean, if they can keep some sort of a pace like this, that checks a major box for the Oilers. Major box.
Wallman and Jari, quite close to playing by the sounds of it, based on Knoblauch's availability earlier today. Did Knoblauch sound a little sick there?
I find most times I hear him, he sounds like he's battling a cold.
Well, I thought he sounded like it more today.
Yeah, definitely. I can imagine. You travel.
Well, most coaches don't sleep a lot.
Probably.
I think in any sport, they don't get enough sleep. Time to get fired up. Presented by Gemco Fireplaces, proudly serving Edmonton and area for 45 years. The authorized dealer for Napoleon Fireplaces. Whether it's gas or wood burning, look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon Fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need are available at Gemco, 9281 50th Street.
Reid?
Yes, Jay. I'm laughing because I sort of know what he's going to do, but I don't totally know what he's going to do.
We talked about Justin Herbert earlier. And Coob, if you want to ready the Herbert clip. They looked bad. Justin Herbert looked bad. The O-line looked bad. But Justin Herbert, I think this is a psycho move. I'm serious. For those of you that don't know what is on Justin Herbert's wrist, it's all the plays. So instead of a offensive coordinator saying, okay, eagle right, 241 strong whip, XY hound on the backside.
Yeah.
This huge play into the headset. They say 22. And Herbert looks at his wristband and, okay, 22, here we go. The fact that Justin Herbert plays the entire game with his flap of this wristband flailing and flapping around like this, for those on YouTube, you're seeing it here, I think is crazy. I cannot trust Justin Herbert no longer with something like that on your arm that is flopping and flailing around all game. I'm sorry. I cannot trust him. Look at this thing. How can you properly think and focus as a quarterback with this thing flapping around like a piece of paper on your wrist? I think this is one of the least talked about crazy things in sport that I've ever seen.
Well, they did show it last night. I was never aware of that before. How hard is it to tie it down, or not even tie it? You know what I mean?
My daughter Rose on our flag football team, she's our quarterback. She has the exact same wrist strap.
Yeah,
it Velcros down. Something needs to be done about that.
Well, if he's comfortable, though, why worry about it?
No. That's the problem. That's the problem right there. If he's comfortable with that, I'm sorry. You're never going to win. That's a weird move. That is a sick move.
What do you mean you're never going to win?
No, you're not. Something's off. If you're comfortable with this thing flapping around and flailing all game, something's off. Something's amiss. That's what I do not understand.
So you would make him, it should be Velcro down.
It should be. I mean, I'm surprised the NHL or the NFL doesn't say that that's a hazard. You could take an eye out with that thing. Something along those lines.
Yes.
But yeah, I found that incredibly annoying to watch too. Because you, for me, if that was on me, I would cut it off. Like, could you function like that?
No, that would bug me. I'd be thinking about it all the time.
Yeah, I don't think most normal people can function like that. And here's an NFL quarterback flapping in the wind. Huh. I digress. This last weekend, Coop, you said something earlier that was, at the time, I'm like, I wonder. But you said that was probably one of the most entertaining weekends of football you've watched. And I found something that would back that up. This is the first time in NFL history that 4 games were decided by 4 points or fewer in a single postseason round. This is the first time in NFL history. 4 games decided by 4 points or fewer in one postseason round. The Rams beat the Panthers by 3. The Bears beat the Packers by 3. The Bills beat the Jags by 3. And the 49ers beat the Eagles by 4. That's some pretty darn good football. That's called parity. And that is what the NFL dominates with.
Yeah.
And the only game that didn't have it was the guy with the flap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Riddle me that.
He ruined it.
Is that coincidence? Come on.
Coincidence? I think not. No, that flap should be fired. That flap is just annoying. I'm serious though. I'm joking. He's a normal person. Okay.
Yeah, is he? I don't know if he is.
That was a joke. But he's a hell of a football player. But how do you do that? I don't know how you can function like that. That's like the person that walks around with their shoelaces constantly untied. How are you doing that?
Right.
How do you exist? How do you make it through the day?
Yeah, you feel it hitting your ankles.
Well,
it gets in the way and you're still walking around.
It just doesn't make sense.
Arthur says maybe the flap distracts the defenders, Jay. Have you ever thought of that?
No, I
Abuski says the wristband is understandably the last thing on his mind as he runs for his life behind that makeshift O-line. Well, fair enough. But that's yeah, it is unusual, right? Because usually you can even see them. They have Velcro on there, or that pats it down. It was weird that it flaps around like that. I will agree with that.
Dave in Section T sends this text into the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox 780-218-9999. Maybe some DBs would be able to get an interception if a giant for-show mouthpiece wasn't flapping around in their face. Have you seen this? Defensive backs now wearing 2 mouth guards. Often bright. Doesn't Tyrell Ford wear 2 mouth guards?
Well, I don't know if he wears them, but he has a green one and a gold one.
Yeah, in a game. And sometimes they'll put the mouth guard in their helmet.
Right.
You know how there's gaps for air movement in there? They'll stuff it in there. Like, what is this?
I don't know.
It's weird. But why do you want another piece? Like, I don't know. Maybe
I'm weird. A guy got grabbed by the mouth guard this weekend, and I can't remember what game it was. It snapped off.
Oh yeah,
obviously.
that thing would be gone in a heartbeat. Maybe I'm weird, but things moving around me when I'm trying to, like, in football especially, you want as little give and as little movement in anything you're wearing. So for Herbert to have this playbook dangling off his wrist while he's trying to play quarterback, it's just absurd.
That is a good fired up. I was curious what you would think about that, being someone who played the sport.
Yeah, it's terrible.
We're, of course, Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. Why limit your choices when you can have it all? Play Alberta, your go-to app for casino games, sports betting, and lottery, all in one place with easy access to real money games. You can enjoy everything Alberta has to offer right at your fingertips. Download Play Alberta now and start playing today. More on the Oilers and the Blackhawks, and we'll go to Buffalo for the vibe on the Bills. It's the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne.
Ahead of tonight's duel with the Blackhawks, the Oilers have signed Quinn Hudson to a 2-year deal worth just shy of $900,000 per season. For the game, Ike Howard steps out. Andrew Mangiapane slots in. with Connor Ingram getting the start. Join Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson. They set the table for the action during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. That gets going at 5:30 only on EST. And the Blue Jackets have made a coaching change. Head coach Dean Evison has been replaced by veteran Rick Bowness. And assistant coach Steve McCarthy has also been relieved of his duties. Elsewhere, the NFL wildcard round wraps up. The 10-7 Steelers challenging the 12-5 Texans. Kickoff at 6:15 to the CFL. The Ticats have hired former Red Blacks head coach Bob Dice to become their special teams coordinator and assistant head coach. And there's a half a dozen contests in the association. The Raptors and 76ers throw down. Toronto's on the back end of a back-to-back. Scotty Barnes in tonight with Brandon Ingram questionable with a thumb injury that's kept him out since past Wednesday. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. Paramount Flooring wants to give you more. Get free premium underlay included with any in-stock carpet purchase. Are you ready to treat your feet? Catch them in-store or online at ParamountFlooring.ca. We chat some Bills next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Darren Dreger.
You want to know why Broberg and Holloway ended up in St. Louis?
You're not going to say it's because of Chiarelli right now, are you?
85 to 90% because of Pete Chiarelli. The work that he did scouring the league and looking for an opportunity just like that.
So does he not have a job just because of the stench of the Oilers and some of the like? Is that what it is?
Well, what else could it be?
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Yeah. It's the glue guy, holding it down. You know the vibe. Friday night lights to early morning strides. Used to lace up the cleats, crowd screaming my name. Now I'm lacing up Nikes, but the hustle's the same. Studio lights, hot takes, I'm running the game. Half marathons on Sunday, still chasing that fame. They call me the glue guy.
The glue guy grind. Who put this together again? Do we know? Is it a mystery? We're in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Wing flavors of the month. For January, we got Mediterranean Greek. Would there be Greek that's not from the Mediterranean? I mean, that's where Greece is. Versus Southern Barbecue Wings. Try them anytime or for 69 cents all day, every Wing Wednesday. The Canadian Brewhouse, our house, is your house. Just saying. 780-218-9999 is how you text us the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Oilers, Chicago, coming up tonight. At 6:30, we will have the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show hosted by Tom Gazzola. Is Gager in at the analyst as the analyst tonight? I believe.
Yes,
I
he is.
believe he is. So that'll be fun. The Oilers currently sitting second in the Pacific Division. They have 51 points. Vegas has 54. San Jose has now pushed up to third with 49. Seattle 48, LA 48 are the two wildcard teams. Chicago 45 games, 19, and 7, 45 points. So they are 3 points out of a playoff spot. They are 6-3-1 in their last 10. Remember when Anaheim was top of the division?
Yes.
They have now lost 5 in a row, 1-8-1 in their last 10.
Not all that long ago, Reid.
No. Well, they've dropped off. I picked them to make the playoffs. We'll see. The Jets have climbed out of the basement with a couple wins in a row. Vancouver now last in the Western Conference. Calgary and St. Louis down there as well. So, I mean, still tight. We're at the time of the year, though, Jay, where we're going to start to see, well, maybe we already are starting to see a little bit of separation. I mean, the Oilers by no means are comfortably in a playoff spot, but 51 points, so 2 up on San Jose, and then they're 3 ahead of Seattle, LA, Utah, kind of in a 3-way tie for those wild card positions. Could we have... Are we going to have just 2 Canadian teams make the playoffs?
Ooh, good call. Let's look.
Canadians.
Well, how many teams are currently? Montreal,
and Edmonton.
That's it.
Toronto currently out, though they're by points percentage they'd be in.
Toronto's got to get there.
Ottawa currently tied for last with Columbus.
What a fall from grace that was.
Edmonton is in a spot. And then Calgary, Winnipeg, and Vancouver are 3 of the bottom 4 teams in the Western Conference. We might just have Edmonton and Montreal as the only Canadian teams in the postseason.
Oh, Toronto would burn down if they didn't get into the playoffs, Reid.
Well, they have missed before. Oh. Do you remember our early lives?
Yeah, true. Wow. That's interesting. I didn't even think of that. But it's so tight in that Eastern wild card.
That's the thing. I mean, the Leafs.
The whole Eastern Conference is tight.
Yes, it's much. The Leafs win a couple in a row, they'd be right back in. But just saying that it's possible. So Oilers Chicago at 6:30. We're going to go to the Oil Country Towing video hotline. Oil Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team. Fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. Now, what I like about, several things I'm going to like about this next guest. But I feel like, when we go to Florida or Dallas or Anaheim and we read a towing hotline, the guest is probably like, what are they talking about? Snow? Towing your car? Somebody from Buffalo might understand why we'd have that as a sponsor. He's the Bills sideline reporter for WGR 550. Sal Capaccio is coming on the Oil Country Towing video hotline. Sal, it's Reid and Jay. How are you doing?
I'm great, Reid and Jay. Yeah, we got a lot of tow trucks here and getting people towed out of places. We prefer just helping to shovel our neighbors out of their driveways, though.
Well, we've been doing a lot of that lately. I believe we had if it wasn't a record snowfall for December, it was near record. And you understand, right? Like finally someone that can understand.
I totally understand that. We've had those before. We've had some snow this year. Not as bad as many. Everybody always thinks Buffalo just snows all the time, right? Edmonton's cold and snows all the time. People think that. It's not the case, right? We've had some snow this year, but it hasn't been that bad.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I hate that stereotype too, but we do get it's just when people come here in June and they're like, wow, there's no snow on the ground. I'm like, no, we have summer. It's just December, January. It might get cold. Sorry. Anyway, we didn't bring you on to talk about the weather. All right, so I'll start generally. Like, just first of all, a great weekend, and maybe the best game was that Bills-Jags game. Your sort of journey watching and covering that game, and maybe in the context of how it's gone for the Bills all season.
Well, I think a lot of the storyline going into the game is the Bills have been, they've not won a road playoff game in Sean McDermott's tenure, despite all their success, 0-5. And that playoff journey started in 2017 when they broke that 17-year playoff drought and went to Jacksonville with Tyrod Taylor as quarterback. They lost that game 10-3. A couple years later, they go to Houston, they lose. And then, of course, it's been to Kansas City basically 3 times in the playoffs. So that was a big talk going in. And then you go down to that environment and a lot of Bills fans there in Jacksonville, obviously hoping to see their team win, and back and forth game, especially in the fourth quarter. It was a really intense game, but the Bills had, the deciding factor, and his name is Josh Allen. He's the best player on the field. I mean, he's arguably the best player in the National Football League, and, he proved it. And he had an incredible game, and he wasn't the only one. Tre'Davious White played great on defense. It takes the whole team to win, but certainly the Bills having Josh Allen was the difference.
Sal, was that discussed in Buffalo a lot or a little, or was it tried to, push it aside? The team that you just mentioned, the big bad Kansas City Chiefs, were not in the playoffs. That has been a stumbling point for Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills in the past. Was this viewed, because it certainly was here, at least in my eyes too, that, hey, this is a path. The Buffalo Bills have a definite path to get to the Super Bowl and hopefully win it. But was that discussed at the start or near the end of the regular season?
Oh, sure. It still is. I mean, yeah, it's not just that it still is. I mean, we've known for a while that Kansas City wouldn't be in. And then you kind of knew for a while that Cincinnati wouldn't be in with Joe Burrow, who beat the Bills at home in the playoffs a few years ago. And then we found out on the last play of the regular season that the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson wouldn't be in. So you got no Lamar, no Patrick Mahomes, no Joe Burrow. I think everybody recognizes the path is way different and I think perceived easier. But I keep telling people, but even though that's the case, the Bills probably have their worst team over the last 5 years overall. And going on the road to win 3 straight games in the NFL is hard, much less in the playoffs against good teams. So, yes, while in one sense, all of those doors to be knocked down aren't there anymore, you have a new set of doors that you have to try and break through.
Well, and let's go back to yesterday's game in which the defense came through in a big way. They limited Trevor Lawrence to just over 200 passing yards. Speak a bit about the defense, especially what they were doing up front, which I thought was noticeable. Obviously, Liam Cohen, the head coach of the Jaguars, found that noticeable as well. And the journey of Tre'Davious White, the injuries, leaving Buffalo, coming back, and being the spark plug that caused that turnover at the end of the game.
Yeah, it was really more on the back end what the Bills were doing with coverages and disguising coverages. And I made this point a lot on the radio going into the game, and I'm glad Liam Cohen said that because it's true. What happened was, if you really watch the way the Jaguars run their offense, they're very good. They have a really excellent offensive-minded head coach, but what he does is he talks to Trevor Lawrence in his ear in the helmet until there's 15 seconds left on the play clock, much like Sean McVay used to do with Jared Goff. And then that by rule, it shuts off at 15. So he's giving them the answers to the test, so to speak, at the line of scrimmage. This is what they're in. Stick with this play, go with this play. Well, the Bills knew that going into the game, and the Bills had a great game plan to say once it gets to 15, it goes to 14-13, the Bills will start changing coverages to force Trevor Lawrence to maybe not see what he's trusting and have to go to a different play. And I think it was masterful by the Bills to be able to do that. And I think it was it was the direct result of a couple of the plays they made, including Shaq Thompson's early interception was definitely, I could hear in my earpiece on the radio with the picking up from the microphones, Trevor Lawrence made a check and say, oh, one high. And then the Bills, they moved to two high safeties, and they dropped Shaq Thompson. It was beautifully executed. It was great. And I think that's the master of Sean McDermott and Bobby Babich on the defensive end. And then Tre'Davious White, what a resurgence he's had, coming back here. Sean McDermott's first ever draft pick back in 2017, actually. And, he leaves the team for a year. He comes back here this year. He's playing the best football of his career, maybe right now, arguably. And Tre'Davious is the best version of himself in Buffalo, and that's showing right now.
Sal Capaccio, Bill's sideline reporter with WGR 550 in Buffalo, joining us here, courtesy of the Oil Country Towing Video Hotline. Look, they got through the Jags. That was probably that's a stiff test, but I want to know if you have any idea as the Bills prepare to go to Denver, what's that injury report tomorrow going to look like, Sal?
We already know now because Sean McDermott, I was just down at the stadium for his press conference, so he's already given us an update. Unfortunately, wide receiver Gabe Davis has a torn ACL, so his season is done. That's tough to deal with. Obviously, Jordan Poyer at safety. He was a big part of that disguising the coverages stuff. He's so good at that. He is week to week with a hamstring injury, and it wasn't as easy when Jordan Hancock went into the game. So they're going to have to figure out what they want to do at safety next week if it's Hancock or Cam Lewis. Dalton Kincaid was in a walking boot after the game, but he said it's more precautionary, so that's good news. Tyrell Shavers having his knee evaluated. He did finish the game, but we'll see where that goes. Ty Johnson missed the game with an ankle injury. McDermott said he's improving. Max Harrison missed the game with an ankle injury. I don't know. I don't feel like it's encouraging that he's going to be able to play on a short week again turnaround here. So they're dealing with a lot of injuries. And of course, Josh Allen's out there playing with basically one knee, one foot, got evaluated for the head injury, hit his hand on something. I mean, everything that could go, everything. He's Superman right now. The way I described it, he's actually John Wayne and Superman all rolled into one right now.
Sal, I just have one more for you, then I'll pass it back to Reid. Thanks for being so gracious with your time. May 21st, 2025, the Buffalo Bills were one of the 22 teams that wanted to ban the tush push. Now you jump forward to yesterday. They went 4 for 4 converting with tush pushes in the fourth quarter alone. And not to forget the tush push heard around the world that went off for 10 yards. Is it ironic now that Buffalo, now with Philly being out, that Buffalo's carrying the torch of the tush push through the playoffs?
Yeah, but listen, I mean, we had a lot of this talk when this happened, which is last year they were very good at the tush push. And then, of course, it came to the game in Kansas City and they didn't succeed, right? And we all know that. And then Sean McDermott and the Bills voted as one of the teams to ban it and agreed. Like, that was like, what are you doing? You're really good at this. You have this quarterback. You guys do this better than anybody. Why would you ban it? And I think Sean McDermott has given a good explanation, which is he's on the competition committee. He's also a head coach. He has 2 roles. One, as the head coach of the Buffalo Bills, to do what's best for them, and one, to do what's best for the league. And he believes that the tush push is something that could get people hurt, and he's talked with players about it. Now, that being said, it didn't get banned. It's still allowed, and he has a quarterback that can do it really well. So they take advantage of the rule, but in the meantime, they felt that it was better for the league overall to move on from it. I know it sounds weird. I get it, and we've talked about that, but that's how they've explained it.
Sal, one more for you. Sort of just a different look at the Bills franchise. The proximity to Canada, obviously. I don't know if there's a number for how many usually Ontario residents might have season tickets or go to games. I don't know if they still do it, if there's like a Canada Day and they have "O Canada" as one of the anthems. I think they used to do that. I saw that on TV. I don't know if they still do, but sort of the relationship with the Bills and Canadian fans.
It's a pretty high number as far as season ticket holders that come down here. I think it's maybe upwards of 25,000.
What? Really?
Yeah. Maybe even, I could be wrong. Maybe 20,000, give or take. Let's say it's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of Canadian season ticket holders in Buffalo. There's a lot of people who bought tickets to the new stadium. They're going to be coming next year. We got a new stadium going in across the street that are coming in. I will say that it's a pretty massive amount. Don't quote me on those numbers. I'm not sure. I've heard a lot of numbers, right? But anyway, it is a big, significant deal. People have credited the Canadian season ticket holder in the late 1990s for saving the Bills in Buffalo because of when they signed Doug Flutie and they were trying to renovate the stadium and needed to build suites and sell them. And so many Canadians bought tickets after Doug Flutie was signed. No kidding. After he was in the CFL. Crazy, right? So a lot of people said, without that sales revenue, they'd have a different outcome of where they'd be right now. Now, that being said, I don't remember if they did have a Canada Day that was before maybe my time covering the team here years ago. And I've been on the beat here. I've been on the sidelines for 12 years. I will tell you, not the Bills, but the Sabres, I believe, might be the only team in the NHL that no matter who they're playing, they play both anthems. They sing both anthems every single night.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So the Sabres do that every night. It doesn't matter. 2 American teams. The Sabres always play the Canadian national anthem. And I also will tell you that there's a lot of Canadians who go to Sabres games. And I've sat next to people and they say, hey, I'm from Toronto. I say, well, are you a Leafs fan? And they might say yes, or they might say, no, I'm a Canadiens fan or Bruins fan. And they say, the reason I come here is because I can't afford hockey in Toronto, and this is a great spot to come watch it. And I'm not kidding you. They come down here just because they can't go to a game in Toronto.
And the Sabres, we were given the playoff standings before you checked in. I don't know if you heard something. The Sabres are in a playoff spot.
Yeah.
I think they have a better record than the Oilers right now.
Oh, for sure they do, because they're 20. I always go points percentage, which I know annoys some people, but
that's okay.
It's all like the games played. The Sabres are 605, and the Oilers are 567. So I mean,
and the Sabres have beaten the Oilers here like 4 times in a row. And I have to tell you guys, we make sure we go. My family and I go to every Oilers game in town because Zach Hyman is a very big Buffalo Bills fan, and we've gotten to know Zach and his family pretty well. And I play in Zach's annual charity golf event up in Toronto every year.
Oh, nice. That's great. Well, he's a very, as you know, a very genuine human being.
Oh, he's amazing. Yeah. He's amazing. He's
pretty
great.
Hockey player too. So.
And it's been amazing. So we've my son's gotten to know a bunch of the Oilers players who've come in and play. And Connor Brown, I think, is a big Bills fan. He's now not there anymore. I know that. So it's been pretty cool. It's been a great relationship. So I know in my household, On that side of the NHL, we root for the Oilers.
Oh, people will love hearing that for sure. Hey, we love having you on the show. Great perspective on the Bills. I hope we can talk again down the road. And thanks for doing this. I know you're probably busy today, and you mentioned you were at the news conference, so thanks for fitting us in here in snowy Edmonton.
You got it, guys. Thanks a lot.
Sal Capaccio checking in, Bills sideline reporter for WGR 550. Excellent guest. Good stuff. I mean, the Bills have been a very good team for several years, and you mentioned it and he mentioned it stuck in a conference too, though, with Kansas City, Baltimore, Cincinnati had a little burst, and they haven't always lost to those teams, but there's been a lot of good teams going through the AFC. So we'll see if they can do it on the road this year, which they have. What was it, 92 last time they won a road game? So the third year in a
91,
the fourth. So it wasn't. Which year of that was?
No, sorry, Reid. I'm looking at the last time the Steelers lost.
I think it was the fourth of the fourth year in a row they went to the Super Bowl. I think they had to go on the road. Yeah.
Well, the path is there. I said it. Matt and Wanik and I have talked about this and said that we both had strong feelings that whoever came out of this Buffalo-Jacksonville wildcard weekend matchup would represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, and I'm still holding on to that. I still think that Buffalo, now the injuries are starting to pile up. And Josh Allen, I mean, man, that guy is bionic.
Right.
Like, I saw his knee bend the opposite direction yesterday, and he walked it off.
Yeah.
I mean, he is superhuman, and he's going to have to continue to be superhuman to go into Denver and knock off. It's Josh Allen versus Bo Nix.
Well, it's an interesting showdown. It's fun.
The quarterback like Jalen Hurts versus Brock Purdy. Well, no, there's a lot of other players.
There's a lot more to it than that, for sure.
Absolutely. And Buffalo's going to need every member of that team to stand out and stand up, especially that defensive secondary.
All right, I'll tell you what. We need 9 thumbs to get to 100. So don't be a pleasure delayer any longer. If you have not clicked the thumbs up on YouTube, click it right away. Let's get over 100 and deal with that, and then we'll see how high we can get to. We'll get into a little bit of grading time. Try to get to 100 every show.
Click. Must you click?
Yep.
You must click. Thumb.
And clue number 3 in the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. Again, we only accept guesses texted in River Cree Resort and Casino inbox 780-218-9999. You're trying to win a $25 gift card to Hudson's Canada's Pub. Clue number 3 is urine.
Say what?
Urine. So the clues are Giants, wild card, urine.
Is this some sort of a sick joke, Reid?
These are the clues. This is not a joke. Giants, wild card, urine.
Okay.
I predicted someone gets it here. I bet you by the time we get back, we got a winner. Here's the coup.
Ahead of tonight's game against the Blackhawks, the Oilers have signed Quinn Hudson to a 2-year extension worth $875,000 annually. And for the game, Ike Howard steps out on Mangiapane, returning, with Connor Ingram getting the start in between the pipes. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson set the table for the action during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. That gets going at 5:30 only on EST. And the Blue Jackets have made a coaching change. Head coach Dean Evison has been replaced by veteran Rick Bowness. Assistant coach Steve McCarthy has also been let go. And the NFL wildcard round wraps up. The 10-7 Steelers challenge the 12-5 Texans. Kickoff for that one is at 6:15 to the CFL. It's the Ticats hiring former Red Blacks head coach Bob Dice, who becomes their special teams coordinator and assistant head coach. And there's a half a dozen games in the association. The Raptors and 76ers throw down. Toronto's on a back-to-back. Scotty Barnes in tonight. Brandon Ingram questionable with a thumb injury. That's kept him out since last Wednesday. The Reid Wilkins Show continues following a brief break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The EST Hangout.
Sorry, I am of the mind that good teams win more than 2 in a row. And we're 46 games into the season and they cannot win 3 games in a row. To me, that's a bad sign. Now, there are others who are of the mind that doesn't matter, and I understand that, and they're right there at the top of the division.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Sentinel Storage presents Team Canada Ice Dancers, Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier on Support from Home.
We're celebrating all the people at home, the people that have supported us. We know our community is going to be cheering for us, and we know the country is going to be cheering for us.
Thank you, Canada. Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Team Canada.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
EST Afternoons.
That's breaking news from the Edmonton Oilers. The Edmonton Oilers have signed Quinn Hudson to a 2-year extension.
Wow.
Yeah. He was an RFA after this year, making $875. Now listen, this guy's having an outstanding season in the minors. I'd like to see more of him up here. Good on him. He's earned himself a 2-year contract extension.
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
UFC 324 is live Saturday, January 24th at the Canadian Brewhouse. With TVs at every turn, ice-cold drinks, and non-stop action, you won't miss a second of the fight. UFC 324, live at the Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
The Oil Stream.
What does Mangiapane need to do? Do something where we're talking about you. You can't have the type of game where Tommy's hopping on GCL Diesel postgame show. You're not even mentioning Mangiapane.
Yeah.
It's like he wasn't even there.
Be a spark.
Do something. Start a scrum around the net. I mean, do something.
Create some offensive opportunities.
To make yourself noticeable in some way.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Well, people were thinking really hard. But eventually somebody figured it out. The Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. We have a winner. Who is the winner, Jason Milne?
Mikey,
who I don't think has won before. Well, I'm sure Mikey has won something, but has not won the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete before. Has anybody else since then won it? Do we only have the one?
Has anybody guessed this?
Has anybody else guessed it just not as quickly as Mikey?
No, but I'll tell you, there's a lot of people guessing another athlete, Odell Beckham Jr., who is incorrect.
Incorrect. Did anybody guess Eli Manning? Incorrect. So the clues. Now I had a fourth. I'll give the fourth clue. Now, you can no longer win, but you can still put your guesses in, or you can even put them in the nasty chat now. The fourth clue I had, if necessary, Bartman. Bartman. But we didn't need that one because Mikey got it after urine. So, Giants. This person played for the San Francisco Giants in 2005-2006.
You're tricky.
Am I?
Yes.
I don't know. I
see what you're doing
I think I'm quite normal.
Well, and then throwing in a wild card, given that it was the NFL wild card weekend.
Wild card? Well, I didn't even think of that connection,
really?
Jay. I didn't even think of that. Are there two teams called Giants? Oh, yeah, there are.
Mm-hmm.
Wild card. This person was on the 1997 Florida Marlins, who won the World Series as a wild card team.
Who was their manager? I'm asking you because I can see him. He had a white hair, white mustache.
Oh, what was his name? Leland? Was it Jim Leland?
Yes, good job.
He was
good
there
memory.
after he'd managed the Pirates earlier. And urine was the third clue. This person was known for urinating on his hands to hopefully make them a little stronger.
I have no clue what the correlation is between urine and that.
The fourth clue, Bartman. This guy was the fielder for the Chicago Cubs who was going to catch the foul ball that Steve Bartman tried to grab in the 2003 National League Championship Series. Has anybody else figured it out by now?
No, maybe the guesses have stopped.
Well, we said we can see if anybody else can get it from these clues. We don't.
Well, give it a minute or two.
Okay.
But Mikey did clarify he has won once before.
Okay.
Guess who the athlete was? The hick from French Lick.
Larry Bird, which was, I think we did last year because I have a list of this year's up. Well, Mikey, I'm really proud of Mikey.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I get to meet Mikey when he comes in. Mex has figured it out.
So did Shamu.
Shamu. Moises Salou.
William Mike Spears figured it out. That was a tricky one.
Only Mikey can win. There can be only one Mikey. I was happy with this one. You know who gave me the name? So I was sitting in our boardroom. I was like, I need a Mr. Athlete today. And Tom Gazzola goes, Moises Salou. And I'm like, great. I'm going to make the last clue urine. But then you and I decided to make the third clue urine because I said Bartman or Expos would give it away.
Yes.
So because what if I would have won Giants wild card Expos? Somebody would have got it. It could have been Tom Brady who lost to the Giants. And wasn't Tom Brady drafted by the Expos? Or was that Elway? No, I think Elway was drafted by the Yankees, and Brady was the Expos.
Wasn't that a trivia question? Who were the two first-round draft picks?
Oh, right.
That are NHL Hall of Famers. They're drafted by the same team in the same draft. It was Elway and...
Yeah, they're not... Who are the two... What two Hall of Fame quarterbacks...
Sickler, my buddy Sickler sent.
What was it? Was it what two Hall of Fame quarterbacks were taken in the same draft, but they were taken in the same baseball draft? And it wasn't Elway. It wasn't Elway and Brady because of the age difference. It was Elway and who was the other one?
Let me see. I should be able to find.
Yeah, because you asked me that the other day. I believe
who was the only team to draft two first ballot Hall of Fame quarterbacks in the same draft? And the answer is Kansas City Royals. In 1979 MLB draft, they drafted Dan Marino and John Elway. That's a trivia question.
That's amazing. All right. Sorry, that was a fun one today. We'll have another one tomorrow. I got to come up with something else. No rest for the Wilkie.
Charlie Dufault in the chat. Have you heard? Yes, the news broke during EST afternoon, so that was discussed that Dean Evison has been and Steve McCarthy, assistant coach, have been fired by the Blue Jackets, and Rick Bowness is the club's new team.
Now, are you surprised he's the coach?
Yes, he's 70 years old.
There's some good coaches out there, right?
I know, but find them then. Give somebody younger a chance. You can always fire them. It's like in the CFL, if there's a head coaching, rumblings of, this person might be out in Winnipeg. Well, better check what Paul LaPolice is doing.
Okay, so two names, correct me if I'm misremembering here. DeBoer does not have a job. Laviolette's not coaching, right?
Yeah.
To me, those would be, remember, what was my overly specific prediction? Did I say by Christmas or by New Year's that Peter DeBoer would be coaching the LA Kings?
Right.
That has not happened.
That has not.
So who's been fired during this season? Is this the first one? Yeah, wow, we made it this far into the season with nobody being fired. Because now the shortest tenured head coach prior to this was Glenn Gulletson, who was hired July 1st by the Stars. So now Bonus has coached 803 NHL games.
Incredible.
He's done a good job.
I have nothing against Rick Bowness, the coach. Good track record, but it's just that's the option. That's the best candidate you could find.
Like they didn't do what the Oilers did, go get a Knoblauch.
Right.
A
coach that's been doing it at a lower level.
Right.
Bring them up.
780-218-9999, the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. River Cree Resort and Casino, home of the kitchen restaurant. Sundays and Mondays, 50% off the entire menu. That is available Sundays and Mondays, 5 p.m. until close. Oilers and the Chicago Blackhawks coming up tonight. They will start at 6:30. We will have the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show at 5:30 with Tom Gazzola. Andrew Mangiapane, after being scratched for a few games, is back in. Here's Knoblauch.
Just feeling more comfortable with his game. I think there've been some mistakes, but mostly it's just puck play, not feeling confident in making plays. He's a player that's obviously should be able to make plays. He's NHL veteran who's put up a lot of offense. I think he's in a good spot right now. He's had a great attitude. He's practiced really hard. Couldn't ask anything more from him. So, inserting him back in the lineup, I think will help us.
All right, well, we'll see what he can do. The Oilers' expected lines tonight. McDavid riding that 18-game point streak between Nugent Hopkins and Hyman. Draisaitl with Podkolzin and Kapanen. They've been pretty good. Roslovic with Mangiapane and Savoy. Lazar with Janmark and Frederick on defense. Ekholm with Bouchard. Nurse with Emerson. Stastny with Regula. Ingram, the goaltender tonight. Chicago's top line, Bedard with Green and Burakovsky. And they will have Spencer Knight in goal as these teams meet for the second time this season. Of course, Chicago's leading scorer is Connor Bedard. Only played 33 games, has 46 points. He's +9. McDavid tops for the Oilers, 78 points, and he is +2 on the season. The Oilers' power play, number 1 in the NHL. Chicago, number 7. The PK, Chicago, number 4. Edmonton, 17th. So that's a quick breakdown for the game tonight. We'll do buying or selling when we get back.
Yeah.
And words of the day in the final half hour. Here's the 5 o'clock break.
2 guys and a goalie.
Hired or fired, Macklin Celebrini should be the Hart Trophy favorite. So, Cass, he's in the mix.
Hire it. He should be.
Like, he doesn't have Draisaitl. He doesn't have Makar. It's just him.
Who among us had the San Jose Sharks anywhere near a playoff position this year?
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Sentinel Storage presents Team Canada Ice Dancers, Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier on Support from Home.
We're celebrating all the people at home, the people that have supported us. We know our community is going to be cheering for us, and we know the country is going to be cheering for us.
Thank you, Canada. Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Team Canada.
Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed for small businesses, because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Join over 5,000 Alberta businesses who have chosen us to help their business grow and succeed. Alberta Blue Cross takes care of you and your employees, so you can take care of your business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
At Mind360, we invite you to embark on your mental health journey in a safe and comfortable space. Conveniently located in St. Albert, Mind360 has a diverse team of experienced clinicians that offer a broad range of tailored services for children, adults, and families. Furthermore, we are very proud to serve our military, veterans, and first responders. If you're looking for counseling, treatment, or assessment, understand that you are not alone. Contact Mind360 at mind360.ca to book an appointment today.
The Oilers have signed 24-year-old Quinn Hudson to a 2-year contract extension worth $875,000 per season. And on the road tonight, it's the Oilers and Blackhawks facing off. Hightower gets a scratch in favor of Andrew Mangiapane. Connor Ingram starts. Tune into the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show at 5:30. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson preview the matchup right here on EST. And from Columbus, head coach Dean Evison has been fired, with assistant coach Steve McCarthy being relieved of his duties as well. It's 7-year-old Rick Bowness taking over as the team's bench boss. He most recently coached for the Jets during the 2023-24 season. And 4 games get going momentarily, including the Hurricanes and Red Wings facing off. And out in Pittsburgh, the Texans and Steelers close out the NFL wildcard round with kickoff at 6:15. As for the Bills, Gabe Davis is done for the season. He went down with an ACL tear last night against the Jaguars. To the NBA. Toronto and Philly tipping off at 5:30. Brandon Ingram, questionable with a thumb injury. Scotty Barnes is available to wrap up their back-to-back. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your Sports Update. Hour 3 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
Hope you're having a pleasant Monday afternoon. My phone says it's +9.
Say what?
Might have to go golfing tonight.
Isn't it beautiful?
That is nice.
I mean, it's
slushy.
wet.
Like
It's
that's
slushy.
the thing. The miltage is gross.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be warm all week, like 8, 9, 3, 2, 5, above 0 for the highs.
I gave the driveway a good scraping yesterday.
Oh, did you? I was able to finally chip some ice away.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like on my stairs, like you get the snow and ice
packed
off, but you don't.
Yep.
So I was able to kind of scrape that last layer of ice off. I hope, anyway. All right. 780-218-9999 is how you can text us. The River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. Tom Gazzola is going to take over at the bottom of the hour. GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. The Oilers on tonight. NFL playoff game tonight. Houston at Pittsburgh. I got to admit, my focus will be the Oilers. I'll flip to the football game in between. Well, I guess a little bit of the game will be on before the Oilers start. Because the game is just after 6. The football game is just after 6. And the Oilers are at 6:30.
Usually it's
6:15 it says.
6:15.
Well, NFL games take a while, so it'll probably start before the Oilers game and end after the Oilers game. There's a decent chance of that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'll be watching. I've got a little bit of a loaded night.
Uh-oh.
I got to go home and then watch the start of the football game, the start of the Oilers game.
Okay.
Then I got to whip into town and pick up Rose from basketball. Then I'm going to come back and hopefully watch the end of the football game.
Okay.
But I'm on it. I'm going to multitask.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do buying or selling, presented by Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com, Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate. So we got a couple things here. We're going to do something purely for fun. I know that bothers people sometimes when we do that. It may be sports-related. It may not be. So for Christmas, my dear mother got me like this little box of, I don't know how many cards are in there, a couple hundred at least.
Yeah.
And it's Canadian trivia. And there's 6 questions on a card. So buying or selling, I can get 4 or more right on this card. We've been doing this sporadically since Christmas. It's actually, the questions are really good.
I like
really
it.
There's a good variety. Like you and I have done them with Benny or with Koob or with the Wannock, and sometimes there'll be a question where one person's like, that's easy, and another person's like, I didn't know that.
Right.
So it's a pretty good variety. There's entertainment, there's sports, there's politics, there's history, culture. Like it's a good variety of Canadian trivia. Koob, buying or selling, I will get 4 or more correct on this 6-question card.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask.
And we have no idea. We have no idea how hard these questions are.
I believe you will get it. Buying.
Okay,
Big
thank
time.
you, Coop, for the vote of confidence.
It's going to be tough to do.
Oh, this is a harder one?
Just.
All right.
Did you handpick the card?
No.
Just grab it.
No, just
Okay.
random. True or false, Toronto was the first city in Canada to host the Olympics.
Well, false, because it was Montreal. So that was an easy one. Was sports related. Most of is there one sports one per card usually? Ish. Yeah.
Yeah. Frederick Banting and Charles Best are best known for what medical discovery?
I believe it is insulin.
I knew that one too.
2 for 2, Riedrich. What band's lead singer died from brain cancer in 2017?
That is one I know, sadly. That is the Tragically Hip.
Okay, so you need to get one of the last two to be over
one
by
of the last 3. Right? Because we've given
5. There's only 5.
Well, there's only 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to do 4. I thought there were 6 on a card. So I really set the bar high.
You did.
Holy padoodle.
In the novel Anne of Green Gables, who does Anne Shirley marry?
Lord Swickenworth. He was hitting the buzzer before I even gave the answer.
Gilbert Blythe.
Of course.
Of course.
Do you know that, Coop? No, I do not know Anne of Green Gables. I apologize. I'm sure we have some people in the audience who are big AOGG fans. She was the original.
I love
she was the OG.
The Anne of Green Gables acronym. 100 years ago, what was the most populous city in the Prairie Provinces?
Okay, and we think this is a relatively new card set.
100 years ago, what was the most populous city in the Prairie Provinces?
That is a really good question.
Think of it.
I'm gonna assume that the Prairies counts Manitoba. I hope.
Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba are referred to as the Prairies.
Right. I'm gonna say. How big would have it been? Or would have it been further over? No, I'm gonna say Winnipeg. I got it. Okay.
Pretty good. 4 out of 5, Reid.
Well, I figured it wouldn't be anything in Alberta for sure.
Well, and things migrated east to west, right?
Moving east to west. The only thing I was wondering if it was something like the Paw had more people at some point, or
right?
Flin Flon or something like that. But
I got 5 on the back if you want.
Do you want to? Oh my God, should we do them? People might get mad. Let's irritate people and do it.
The Lachine Canal was built to bypass rapids on the St. Lawrence River near what city? The Lachine Canal.
Quebec City.
Montreal.
Okay, it was 50-50, I guess, wrong.
The city of Swift Current is located in which province?
Okay, Saskatchewan.
What name was given to the event when 4 provinces joined to create Canada?
Confederation.
In 2017, what news magazine switched from being a weekly to a monthly magazine?
Maclean's.
Is the water in James Bay salt water or fresh water?
In James Bay. Ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to say salt. Is James Bay the bottom little beard of Hudson's Bay?
I honestly, Reid,
I should know that. Like oh man, are you looking it up?
I am.
Because I know, Hudson's Bay, and it has the little. I always thought of it as like a little beard or something.
Jeez, James Bay is a person.
That's what I found too when I searched it up. Yeah, it's a little.
Yeah, it's a little jut out at the bottom
into northern Ontario,
into northern and Quebec. So
it's both.
Its borders are both Quebec and northern Ontario. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I got
4 out of 5 on both.
Not bad.
That's really good.
There were a couple. Well, 3 maybe super easy ones, like the Olympic one, the Gord Downie one, the Swift Current one.
Yes.
I mean, Confederation, but you got to think of it in the moment. You got to have it.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I did okay. I did okay. I'll take that. Buying or selling, Caleb Williams is already one of the top 3 Chicago Bears quarterbacks of all time.
Oh, Reid.
By the way, if you've not given us a thumbs up on YouTube, do it. Let's see how high we can go. We're past 100. Let's see how high we can get.
Okay, well, to answer this properly, we first need to identify Who are the top quarterbacks in Chicago Bears
Well,
history?
I happen to have a list on pro-football-reference.com.
Jim McMahon's number one. He's got to be number one.
And by passing yards, he's fourth.
Right. But
And,
we're
he
talking
was the quarterback for 66 games.
My guess is that Jay Cutler would be the leader in passing.
You could also maybe make an argument. Well, McMahon went 46 and 15.
Pretty good.
Cutler went 51 and 51, but is by far and away the passing yardage leader.
That's just longevity.
And also, well, he's not the games leader. Sid Luckman is the games leader from the 40s.
Jay Cutler has won one playoff game.
Right, but he would still be up there, I would think.
I mean, Caleb Williams now has won the same amount of playoff games as Jay Cutler in year 2 of his Bears tenure.
So by passing yards, it goes Cutler, Luckman, Harbaugh, who did play 89 games, then McMahon, Trubisky, Kramer, Billy Wade from the 60s, Ed Brown from the 50s, and then Caleb Williams.
And we can't
if he's not top 3, he's probably top 5.
We can't forget sexy Rexy Grossman.
Rex Grossman, Mike Tomczak.
He took them to the Super Bowl.
Tomczak played 77 games. Well, George Blanda played 115 games. But he wasn't always the quarterback. Or no, wait a minute. Oh, no. Blanda maybe would be up there. Different era.
Blanda would be up there. You're right.
But you could maybe make an
top
argument
5 right now
for Williams as 5th.
Sure. I mean, hey, if can you imagine if Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears can beat the LA Rams and get to the NFC divisional final?
Going to go into
or conference final, sorry.
Going to have to go into Seattle, try to win that.
I see what you did there, Reid. Too bad Seattle's dream ends Saturday.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
The beat up, that sucks.
Seattle's very good.
I honestly, I don't know. Like Seattle should wallop the 49ers.
Well, they'll be favored. That's how I put it. And I don't think I'm being...
I mean, George Kittle, losing him, he tore his Achilles. What's up with all these Achilles? What's up with the Achilles?
Yeah,
who has an Achilles with a cape?
Who came up with a dog with a cape? When did that arrive? I watched Superman for years on television. I never saw a dog with a cape.
Reid, what do you think the Seattle Seahawks are currently favored by? What's the spread?
6.5.
Pretty close. 7.5. I mean, you get 3.5 for probably just for playing in Seattle, being the home team.
Kittle's out. No, the last time they played, Trent Williams wasn't on the O-line. Kittle was out. Kittle's going to be out again.
The 49ers can win. They can.
For sure they can.
But it just depends if the Seattle Seahawks and their sound offensive approach show up.
Right.
It's going to be hard.
If the Seahawks do not beat themselves, if they play relatively clean football,
yes,
they're pretty hard to beat.
I agree.
And I'm not saying that being cocky because I'm a Seahawks fan. I'm saying that as someone who has watched a lot of their games. And I think I'm pretty realistic about the teams I support.
Yep.
If they were the underdog, I'd say they're the underdog. I don't think they should be the underdog, though I got a lot of respect for the Niners and the Rams, obviously.
Well, okay, let's talk about this. Whoever wins this game, I think, represents the NFC in the Super Bowl.
To me, the Rams are still very dangerous.
But Reid,
I know what you're saying about the Rams. They did what I said. They have these sleepy moments in the games where you're like, what are they doing?
They do. They have the ability to beat themselves and make things really difficult. They didn't have to. They could have taken the 3 points in Carolina just before the half. What does Carolina do? They take that 4th down turnover and march it all the way down the field and take out all of the gusto that LA Rams would have carried into halftime.
Yeah.
Bad coaching.
We, of course, are in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Taco Tuesday just leveled up at the Canadian Brewhouse all day. $3.49 new tacos and quesadillas after 4 p.m. Sip on $5.99 margaritas, $2 off Corona tankards, and tequila shots starting at $5.99. Oilers play the Hawks at 6:30. Connor Ingram is going to be your goaltender. Mangiapane back in the lineup. Howard out. We'll wrap up our show with Words of the Day next.
of tonight's duel with the Blackhawks, the Oilers have inked Quinn Hudson to a 2-year extension worth $875,000 annually. And for the game tonight, Ike Howard steps out, Andrew Mangiapane returning, Connor Ingram gets a start. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson set the table during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. That gets going at 5:30 right here on EST. And a trio of games are underway in the NHL. All with a 1-0 score. The Rangers up over the Kraken. The Lightning leading the Flyers. Tampa looking for 10 wins in a row. And Florida is up over Buffalo. Each game about 5 minutes into action. The Blue Jackets, they've made a coaching change. Head coach Dean Evison has been replaced by veteran Rick Bowness, and assistant coach Steve McCarthy has also been let go. Over in the NFL, the wild card round ends tonight. The 10-7 Steelers challenge the 12-5 Texans at 6:15 into the CFL. The Ticats have hired former Red Blacks head coach Bob Dice to become their special teams coordinator and assistant head coach. Half a dozen games in the association. The Raptors and 76ers throw down Toronto on a back-to-back. Scotty Barnes in tonight. Brandon Ingram questionable with a thumb injury. And underway right now in the association, it's the Jazz and Cavaliers. Utah up 8-2, about 3 minutes into play. The final segment of the Reid Wilkins Show brings us back after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
Hey, Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
December's festive featured wing flavors are here at the Canadian Brewhouse. It's festive cranberry versus Korean bulgogi in the ultimate flavor showdown. Try them anytime or just 67 cents every Wing Wednesday for a limited time. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
Sentinel Storage presents Team Canada ice dancers Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier on Support from Home.
We're celebrating all the people at home, the people that have supported us. We know our community is going to be cheering for us, and we know the country is going to be cheering for us.
Thank you, Canada.
Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Team Canada.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know. Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. Why settle for less when you can have it all? Only Play Alberta brings you casino games, live dealers, lottery, instant, and sports betting all in one place. And only Play Alberta brings you Jay's Play of the Day.
Houston Texans to win on the money line. And I should clarify that. Some people might say, Jay, what are you talking about when you say money line? That's just to win.
Straight up. That's
Straight
what
up,
I call
baby.
it. No spread.
Tell me, do you really want to love me forever? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Jay's Play of the Day. Houston Texans to win outright and 38 or more total points. So 21-18 victory by Houston cashes Jay's Play of the Day. Check it out, playalberta.ca. Click on sports, click on EST specials. If you haven't yet, download the Play Alberta app. It is fantastic.
David get a point tonight?
Does McDavid get a point? Yes, he does.
That's like the simplest question. I mean, you should just answer that. Even if he wasn't on a point streak, you just say yes.
Yeah, the odds are on your side.
He gets a point, and like, if he doesn't get a point, it doesn't generally last for several games. You know, Mangiapane get a point tonight? Oh, there's the question.
There's the question. Mangiapane to score a goal, Reid.
Oh wow, you got it. You think it's going to happen?
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
Words of the day presented by Edmonton Public Library. Check out Edmonton Public Library's Intellectual Freedom Campaign. EPL stands up for your right to explore every topic, every belief, and every opinion without censorship. Learn more about how EPL protects your freedom to read at intellectualfreedom.ca. Tom Gazzola taking over at the bottom of the hour here with the pregame show, so we're going to do Words of the Day right now.
The word of the day.
And here comes
with
Samuel.
Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
Okay. I'm completely unprepared. Give me 1 second, Reid.
What happened?
I know what the word is. I just
Did you have words of the day?
Oh, sure. First word of the day, brackish.
Oh, brackish.
Brackish.
B-R-A-C-K-I-S-H. Oh, I should know what this means. What are you laughing at? What happened?
Nothing. I just saw a funny video.
Oh, okay. He's playing cat videos at work, everybody. Oh, brackish. I should know what it means.
That wasn't a cat. That was sort of a... That's a dove.
Now you're doing Name the Animal. Brackish. I'm going to say abrasive.
It's funny. We were just talking about James Bay. And what is in the water of James Bay?
Is brackish... Does mean... That's what it means?
Well, you said what?
I think I said abrasive.
Yeah.
Is that what I said? I already forgot what I said. Somebody tell me what I said.
Actually, Reid, you're not right.
Okay.
But I will give you a sentence.
Okay.
The river becomes brackish as we approach the tide mark.
More rapid and hard to navigate? Difficult? Like difficult to navigate?
Brackish, meaning somewhat salty.
No way.
Usually describes
I didn't know that.
Water or bodies of water such as rivers, lake, and estuaries.
Having said that, somebody could have a brackish personality.
Right,
which is where I got abrasive from. Though it's not exactly the same.
Okay, 1 out of 2.
1 out of 2, not bad. At least I knew how to spell it.
Okay, second word of the day, paradox. Tell you what's better than a paradox?
3 docs.
3 docs.
P-A-R-A-D-O-X. And a paradox is a contradictory statement or, words paired together that have an opposite meaning. A paradox. To ensure peace, we must prepare for war.
Correct. Paradox refers to something, such as a situation, that is made up of two opposite things, and that seems impossible, but is actually true or possible.
Right.
And my sister has texted in saying that she got brackish because she's a Science 8 teacher.
Well, Lottie frickin' do, Emily. That's not how it works.
I like Emily. I'm going to have to call her Emily from now on. Well, not bad, Reid. 3 out of 4.
Yeah, well, I know paradox. That's a good one. Though that was the best example I could think of. There are better examples.
Well, here's the sentence. It is a paradox that computers need time-consuming updates so often since they are meant to save people time.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Paradox.
Yeah. What's another one? What's a good example of a paradox? I can't think of one now.
Quack, quack.
I don't know. We'll think of one.
It's okay.
We'll think of one tonight during the game.
This has been a fun show, Reid.
Jeff Pillis. Is that not the Bears coach? We were trying to remember the Bears basketball coach on the weekend.
Jeff Pillis now?
Is it Pillis?
I don't think so.
It's Jeff something. Because I didn't look it up. Jeff Pippis.
Jeff
Pippis. That's close. Because we were talking about who's the coach, because we saw him walk out and we're like, what's his name again? We interviewed him. And then you were like, I didn't interview him.
I didn't. I did it when he was away.
Jeff Pippis. Bears split with the Huskies on the weekend. Bummer of a loss on Saturday.
Yeah.
Huskies are not a good team.
Shouldn't have happened.
All right. Ben Thompson's ready to take over the technical desk, which means Tom Gazzola is ready to take over the live stream with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show, preparing you for the Oilers in Chicago. at 6:30. On behalf of Zachary Kubish and Jason Milne, I'm Reid Wilkins. Enjoy the game.